This is the plaintiff, Alan Cooper. He says the defendant's workers damaged his driveway with some of their heavy equipment and now refuse to repair it or even pay for the repair. The two guys the defendant has working for him are idiots. Everyone at that company thinks they're cowboys, and he's been treated abominably. He's suing for $2,231. The amount is most definitely owed. This is the defendant, David May. He says the plaintiff approached his guys at another job, told him he'd give them $100 for some work he needed, and is now blaming them for damage to his driveway. He claims their machine cracked his pavement, but weeds are growing out of the fissure, for goodness sakes, proving it's old. This louse is trying to extort him. He's not falling for it, and neither will the judge. He's accused of cracking up a customer.
Thank you, Douglas. Alan Cooper, you are suing. You've asked us not to mention the company name. What kind of business is this?
We're a dredging marine construction company.
Dredging marine construction company owned by David May. You're the owner?
Correct.
Okay. For $2,231 in damages that you say his employees did on your property and he refuses to pay. Tell me what happened.
Mr. May's company was involved in some earthworks by the city of Jacksonville.
Okay, what's earthworks?
Well, I believe, well, he'd probably best explain it to you, but they seem to be digging there for some time, maybe something to do with some underground pipes. But
okay, but they were there with backhoes. What kind of equipment?
Yeah, we had a track hoe and a skid steer. We were doing a shoreline stabilization for the city of Jacksonville, about a block away from him.
All right, go on.
So they've been there for some time, and my yard, we've been in the house about 3 years. My yard needed some work, particularly some front of it just needed a what I refer to a bobcat to scrape maybe a couple of inches so I could relay some new sod. I approached the guys that were working on the job this particular day, and I said, look, if you guys are interested, a secondary job, I'd love to have you over. Nothing came of it. And then I guess they were packing up, and the day that they were moving out, they approached me and said that they had damaged part of my yard when they were backing up a truck and that they would replace the sod. I said, why are you here?
Wait, I'm not understanding. They had damaged part of your yard just because they drove onto your yard by accident?
Yes.
Oh, so not doing the work, just backing up?
This is separate.
Backing up, they had damaged your what?
My grass, the grass of my front yard.
Your grass?
Yes.
Okay.
So, when the young man was explaining to me that they were going to replace the sod that they just damaged, we talked about them taking the grass like I discussed earlier. Can you please...
It's the same grass?
Yes.
Okay.
But can you please... Are you interested in removing this area of grass for me? He says, we'll do it right now.
Okay.
Okay, so within that...
For how much money?
Well, we never discussed it. See, what happened was they then quickly got... It all happened in a hurry, and I usually research...
Yeah, but don't you want to know how much... What if he says $1,000?
Well, I know. I can ballpark it. And as it turns out...
What was it ballparked at?
$100, and this is exactly what we decided on in the end.
Okay, so then what happened?
So they quickly got this... I refer to this as a bobcat. I don't know if you can see that.
Okay.
But it's a similar kind of machine to this. So they came over, and so we've got one that's driving the thing, another guy that was standing by, and I said, look, be careful you don't touch my sprinklers, and this is the area I'd like you to dig out. As he's pulling out, a car comes around the corner, and it turns out there was one of the supervisors that I later found out his name was Justin. He comes in and says, what are you two guys doing? So he says, well, we're just doing a little job here. He said, if David turns up, there's going to be hell on here. I then...
By the way, is the business name on the side of this bobcat?
No, it's not.
Okay. All right, so go on.
Anyway, so he goes over and stands on my drive. This Justin was
Wait, Justin doesn't tell them to get off your property right now?
No. He stands on my driveway, and I'm now supervising and telling the guy, the spotter, where it is that the hit needs to go. While he's looking down, I go over to him.
The spotter or Justin?
No, Justin's looking at my drive now. So he's maybe about 20 yards away, so I go over. He's looking down, I look down, and there it is, this big crack. So it's like, you have got to be kidding me. He says, well, we're not responsible for that.
Wait, did you ever see a big crack where?
On my driveway.
Which is not where they were digging.
Yeah, but they had to go over the driveway. The machine,
Did you see them go over your driveway?
Yes, that's the only.
But you didn't see them. You didn't see the crack until a little bit later when Justin's looking down.
Right.
Okay, so you see the crack, and you say, and Justin says we're not responsible, and then what happened?
Right. So this now what's happened is that they've left. Oh, sorry, they're about to leave because he says David's coming back, so they just haul. Right.
So they didn't do the job you had asked them to do?
Well, they did. They did most of it. I would grant you they did most of it.
In fact, you paid the $100.
All right, I did. And then we've got all this tension now between the three of them and the fact that I could be in the middle of this problem.
Oh, you didn't see that coming?
Well, of course not. I mean, at the end of the day, they had their own choices. They could do it or not do it.
Right, but you're not suing them. You're suing David, the one guy who did not approve of any of this. Did you fire everybody?
No, I wrote them all up.
Wrote them up?
I wrote them up.
Well, that's it. You gave them the frowning of a lifetime.
That's it. I did write them up. I do.
Is it really hard to get good drivers? Is it really hard to get help?
Sometimes.
Boy, it better be like non-existent for you to keep all these clowns on, especially the supervisor. What does the supervisor say happened?
Now, he's saying that Mr. Cooper came over to them and solicited them to come over and do this work. He said that the guys agreed to it. They were
to make a little money under the table?
To make a little money on the side.
Because you sure weren't going to see a piece of the price that they hadn't negotiated.
I certainly wasn't going to see a dime of it. I
but they're going to do it with your equipment.
Oh, they'll do it on my equipment.
And you didn't fire them.
And
why didn't you fire them?
I always give the guys 3 chances.
What? 3 chances at what? Until he runs over like a busload of nuns?
Well.
So if there were already cracks there, but the workers made additional cracks, does the plaintiff get money for the repairs?
No, he shouldn't get no money for those repairs.
How come?
Because it was already cracked.
Fair enough, but it was additionally cracked.
Absolutely. If it was already cracked, then you shouldn't be able to get any more money.
But it's not a worthless driveway. I mean, the guy contributed and made it worse, right?
No, dear poo now. It doesn't even matter. If there's so many cracks already, it's not going to make an impact.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
That was dishonesty.
It's very dishonest because they know that you would not approve of them exposing you to $2,200 worth of liability for them to pocket lunch money.
Very true.
Okay. Now let's talk about the crack. Did you ever go visit the crack? Do you have a picture of the crack?
I've got pictures of it if you don't.
Okay, I'd like to see everybody's pictures of the crack. Who broke it to you?
Who broke it? He actually broke it to me. He called me.
So Justin couldn't even come up to you and be honest and tell you, I think we have a problem, this is our problem.
That's correct.
Can I just say that when I spoke to David, when he came over, he told me that he fired someone over this job, so he did know about it.
When they had originally backed up, they backed up into your grass. That's what they had ruined.
Right.
Not the driveway.
No. No, but the driveway was ruined by the...
You're saying it was ruined by them because you say you didn't have that crack, and now all of a sudden you have a crack, and but you didn't actually see the thing happen. But no crack, and then crack, so you figure... And you have a bunch of cracks in other places on that side, on that driveway.
I mean, I had those same pictures too. It's not crack-free, but that area was.
No, it's not crack-free. It's not. It's a virtual crack house.
But what you have is that there's a significant area where you can see a depression, which, well, you're not going to...
What did you say to him?
What did I say to David?
Yeah, when you finally made contact with him.
Well, what he said to me was, he said, look, I'll take it back to the office and we'll buy you a pallet of sod. We'll talk about buying
Why sod? We're talking about crack
because that was the thing.
You don't really care about the driveway. So you guys settled on a pallet of sod?
Really? That's how
a pallet of sod?
Right. But then what happened was
$13 in trinket jewelry for Manhattan. I mean, a pallet of sod. And what happened? Why didn't you just get him a pallet of sod?
I didn't settle on a pallet of sod. I told them, I said, you guys, this is your all's mess. This gentleman here did not sign a contract with me. He did not contact me or contact any other contractor to come do his work for him, a licensed contractor, not Joe Schmo with a shovel or a bobcat or
You're absolutely
or a
right.
dump truck.
I know that this was more like this. Psst, come on, let me give you $100. I get it. I'm not stupid. The problem that I'm having is this, though. It's your guys, it's your supervisor, and they've got your equipment. And when you hire morons, can you just say, hey, those morons were doing a side job and I have zero liability? this is not my first rodeo. And this happens with some regularity out there. There's lots of cases that cover this. The general consensus, okay, among the courts is that if, in fact, you are entrusting dangerous instrumentalities like backhoes, serious equipment, in the hands of complete morons or whatever you want to call them, whether they're morons or thieves or whatever they are, they're a little bit of both, because they're stealing your time, they're on your nickel, and they're making side money with your equipment. It's really bad. I mean, in all this time, I would have found another driver to replace these guys with. Because today, it's just a cracked driveway and a contained amount. But how do you know what's going to happen? Somebody's not going to run over a little kid in a backyard when they're trying to make some side money. You better believe you're going to be liable when they run over that kid. Because you kept these people on afterwards. Do you have any evidence that crack was there beforehand?
No, I do not.
Right. And do you have any evidence to prove that crack in your crack-filled driveway is worth $2,231?
Well, that's the cost of repair.
Okay, show me your proof. Do you have, I realize that you're an incredibly biased opinion, but do you have an opinion on what it is that it would cost to get that section of the driveway redone?
Roughly around $1,400. You've got about 3.5 to 4 yards of concrete.
Mm-hmm. The problem that we're having is that once you guys can't work it out, then it's all me, all pure law, and what the law says. I've read all these cases carefully because I think that it really offended me that he pull up and then turn around and sue you instead of them. It did offend me because you're the deep pocket. I thought it was inappropriate. But I'm bound by all those cases that say that when it's, it's equipment and dangerous instrumentality, almost every single case. Virtually, unless they're riding over their wife's boyfriend, okay? Every single case says, look, that's within the scope. That's within the scope. So you got a problem. I am going to award the plaintiff in this case $1,300, and you might want to think about keeping those guys on.
So the defendant's going to be paying here, so step down in here. What's your feeling? Who are you mad at? The judge, the plaintiff, or your guys?
The employees.
Yeah.
Just to make a quick buck, that's ignorance on his part.
Get you dragged into court. So what are you going to do when you leave here with those guys?
What's done's done. They've already been written up. There's not much I can do about it now. But I promise you, the next time something like this happens, they can all take a hike.
Man, lenient boss. All right, head right down this way. All right, so step on in here. You couldn't prove it was a 2,000 some odd repair either, so.
Well, apparently not, even though I had 3 quotes. I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do. But, life is like that. I have a beautiful family, a great job, wonderful wife.
Life is good.
Life is fantastic.
Harvey?
The point is here that the defendant now is on notice about his workers, and if they do something bad the next time, that could really hurt him, the fact that he knew about it in this case. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case are on the way into the courtroom right now.